a very warm namaste from Indian Chalega. As we promised, we are back with our episode of Independence Day Part 2, and here we will see what happened after independence. So the biggest achievement of Indians after independence was the framing of our constitution. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of our nation. In our Constituent Assembly this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. This is the preamble of our Constitution, the very soul of it. Despite being the preface of the Constitution, it was added in the last, after framing the entire document. It was way back in 1934 when the idea of having Constituent Assembly for India came up, and it was given by an Indian, Mr. M.N. Roy, who was also the founding father of communist movement in India. It was later in November 1946 when the Cabinet Mission Plan came up with a scheme for the same, and then in December 1946 was held the first meeting of our Constituent Assembly. Isn't it a matter of great pride that our founding fathers had such a visionary mission that this document became the lengthiest written constitution of the entire world? Also, it laid the foundations of a democratic setup in India because majority of the members of this Constituent Assembly were democratically elected. There were a lot of committees in this house, like the steering committee, the union powers committee, and the most important, the drafting committee, which was given the task of framing the constitution for a new India, which was headed by none other than Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. There are certain interesting facts that we must know here. One is that the Muslim League, despite getting elected on 73 seats, did not participate in the Constituent Assembly. It boycotted the Constituent Assembly, and the reason was that they were asking for a separate state of Pakistan. Another thing is that we did not have any precedent on the first day of the meeting of the House, and hence, following the French practice, we selected the oldest member of the House. So technically, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was the first president of our Constituent Assembly. After 2 days, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected by the members of the House, and he became the president. So finally, after a lot of thinking and debating, on 26th of November was adopted our Constitution. You must be thinking that if 26th of November our Constitution was adopted, then why do we celebrate Republic Day on 26th of January? It is a very valid question. The reason is that 26th of January has a historic importance attached to it. In 1929, in the Lahore session of the Congress meeting, it was decided that on 26th January 1930, it will be celebrated as the Purna Swaraj Divas, or the Purna Swaraj Day. Seeing this historic importance behind the date, our founding fathers decided that yes, the Constitution will be adopted on 26th of November, but it will come into force on 26th of January 1950, and hence we celebrate the Republic Day every year on this day. It will also be interesting here to know that another country that got independence with us, yes, the state of Pakistan, got the final draft of its independence of its constitution in 1973, wherein we took almost just 2 years to complete our constitution. So the idea behind this episode was to remind ourselves to keep the spirit of our constitution alive, and we hope that at least some of you would try to by heart the preamble and try at least once. We recommend at least try once because it feels great. Jai Hind.